each round at the center of the table, you are to include 8 public location cards. Each of these cards has the card back of a police officer from the SWAT team. You can place these public location cards in any way you like, whether is it a long line or a circle, but for this demonstration, I would choose a 4x2 rectangular sequence. Place this main board somewhere nearby the public location cards and shuffle 10 assistance cards. Draw 3 of them and place it face up on the board as shown, just like this. Include a number of police tokens and penalty tokens according to the number of players. Include this special model citizen token. Last but not least, leave some space for any discarded cards for the round. Each player is required to have a player card, 3 of their own contraband cards, 6 unfound cards, 2 wooden discs and 1 meeple. If they are playing the double agent variant, which looks something like this, all they need to do is shuffle these cards and each player will draw one of these variant cards, and this will be the hidden row for the round. In the contraband goods phase, each player are to place 3 of their contraband cards in 9 different locations, so there are 8 public locations and the 9th place is the home base in their player card. If the player choose to pick a specific contraband card and place it on their selected location, all they need to do is to place the card face down on their selected location card, like this. Otherwise, they'll put the unfound card instead. Players are also allowed to place their contraband cards onto their own home base with a certain risk. Then proceed to put 1 card per location as shown, like this. The rest of the players will proceed to place 1 card per location. And the setup for the contraband phase is done. In this red public location action, the player in turn will get to discard all the cards in any of the available public locations. However, the player will not get to directly choose the public locations, and therefore the rest of the players will get to pick the public location as an option. In the case of a 5-player game, let's say for example, the green player picks the casino, the red player picks the harbor, the orange player might pick the factory, the purple player maybe pick the marketplace. Alright, in this example, the blue player can only choose between casino, factory, harbor, or marketplace. Players are also allowed to place their meeples on a public location that was selected by other players as well. In this case, the majority doesn't win, therefore it is just only limiting the options between casino, factory, or the harbor. In the case where all the players pick a single location, the player in turn has no choice but to pick this sole public location. And in this case, let's review all the cards in this public location. Therefore, the red player and the green player had their 2 points contraband cards confiscated and discarded face up beside the public location cards, and the rest of the unfound cards will be kept by the player in turn itself. Once it's done, return all the meeples to the rest of the players and flip this public location to show that this location is raided by the SWAT team. In a red home base action, the player in turn will get to review any of the available goods cards from other players. So in this example, the player in turn asks the green player to review the goods card. And as the card is reviewed, if it turns out to be a contraband goods card, it will be discarded face up, and the player in turn shall be awarded a 2-point police token for the round. If the card turns out to be an unfound card, the police token will be awarded to the green player instead, and the player in turn shall receive a -1 police penalty token. Do take note that if all the police tokens are given out, the action for the red home base will not be available for the round. In the played assistance card action, the player in turn will use the effects of any of the 3 available cards on the main board. After the cards is played and used, it will be discarded and the new assistance card shall be shown. In the case of all the cards are played, the deck will not be reshuffled and this action will not be available for the rest of the round. The round ends when there's only one public location left. Players are to calculate the total points based on their surviving contraband goods card in the public location. Any surviving contraband goods card in the home base will add on together with the police points. If you have received any police penalty tokens, the points will be deducted. If you have received any points from assistance cards, it will be added as well. If you are playing the double agent variant, add on any possible points. Therefore, you calculate the total points for the score. After players have calculated their points for the round, the players with the most points shall earn 3 stars for the round. The number of stars represents the final score of the game. So, for second place, it will be 2 stars. For third place, it will be 1 star. If there's a tie for any place, whoever got the least amount of unfound cards breaks the tie. After the second round, the points will be calculated and awarded as usual. And for the final round, round C, it will be based on the total number of points earned for the final round. So, for example, the blue player earns 3 points for round C. As we calculate the final score, for example, blue player has 3 points for round A, 1 point for round B, and 3 points for round C. And therefore, the total final score for blue is 7 points. Whoever got the most points at the end of the game wins the game.